What's up, everyone? Carmine Denisco here. We are on the Launch Network. Got an awesome Shark Tank Effect show for you all today. We got the man himself, the man who was on Shark Tank, blowing it away, Mr. Christopher Guerrero. What's up, Chris?
Carmine, how's it going? Next week already. Seems like the summer is flying by. Next week is Super Zoo and
Yeah.
our first annual golf outing.
Oh, yeah, man. Oh, yeah.
And
I'll
I'm
be
just
losing.
telling you, I'm bringing a couple of ringers on my team, okay? They've never played golf before. That's how confident I am in my game.
Golf is crazy, man, especially out there. It's a really nice course. It's going to be fun. I'm probably one of the worst golfers out there, but I'm there. I'm going to be out there, man. So you're going to have to just don't let me keep score. That's the trick.
Yeah, and it's really not how good you are at golf. It's how much fun you have playing it, right? I know it's the lowest score that matters. I like to think it's the most hits on the ball that matter, right?
Oh, yeah.
Then you're really getting your money's worth. It's
Yeah,
your
no
return
doubt.
on your investment.
Yeah. I'm going to bring my drone, so I'll be sneaking around, taking video and stuff. So I'll be able to, blame it on that instead
Yeah, it'll
of
be
my.
fun. We'll have a bunch of Shark Tank folks with us, and we'll have like a lot of Shark Tank products that we'll be giving away for gifts as well. So it'll be fun. We're gonna have a pretty cool podcast today because it looks like on the schedule, our guests today are from the Business Elite Group, and they offer up funding for inventors and entrepreneurs. And they're going to be at our show. They're going to have their own panel on the 17th at 10:30. Today, I want to talk a little bit about what they offer, and then you can meet them at the Super Zoo event. They're going to have another event on Saturday. They can talk about that a little bit, a dinner. And it's hard to find companies that want to help inventors along this way with the financial side, with
Huge.
funding programs. So,
Huge.
the panel will be securing product launch funding, and we'll bring them on. So let's welcome our guest, Business Elite Group, Devon and Tasha. I'm really happy to have you guys. Tasha, by the way, is really good friends with Damon John, and everyone knows by now that I partnered with Damon John, and that's how we met at a lunch in Greenville, South Carolina. So I think the network is so powerful, right? Of who you know, so how you can get things done right, the credibility of the people you know, and really having you guys on today and being a part of the shows coming up, I think is wonderful. So, Tasha, tell me about your Business Elite Group, about you, and about Devon.
Well, my name is Tasha Taria Dennis, also known as Tasha Taria Covington. I've been a credit specialist for over 30 years. I've actually been friends with Damon John for over 30 years as well. But one of the biggest things that I do, I teach financial literacy. We help people to build their business credit, their personal credit, also just to help them with the structure of their business, whatever it is that they need. And Dr. Dennis, you can introduce yourself. He's part of the team.
There's a doctor in the house.
Hello, everybody. I am Devron Dennis. The doctor comes from having a PhD in holistic life counseling and therapy. I deal with the mental, the physical, and what we would call the spiritual, but most importantly, with Business Elite Group, I deal with corporate social responsibility, which we would call conscious business ethics. And so individuals understanding who are CEOs, who are supervisors, managers, and what have you, understanding the human aspect of these industries, the human aspect of dealing with coaching, understanding that without the people, you actually have nothing. And then also the financial portion, dealing with the mind, dealing with how we become business versus having one. So that we can not only have retention with our employees, but we can also thrive in moving forward as who we are, not just what we do.
It's interesting you said that a little bit about the culture, right? I think about like when I ran a BMW plant down in Greenville. I'm all about people. I think you can have the greatest product in the world if you don't have the right people and the right mindset and really building the right culture. Well, how good is your product going to be? Because at the end of the day, your product is a result of the people that are building it and or helping market or sell it. And yes. I put so much emphasis into people. I mean, we had sports teams that we had within the plant that were ranked nationally. We had flag football teams that were ranked #1 in South Carolina. And I built relationships that I still have, for 30 years from that time frame. And And you're so right. I mean, like when you stop looking at people as part of your business, you've lost. You really have, because people are your business end of the day. So I'm really glad to hear you say that, because I think it's a really big element. So let's talk a little bit about your business. What specifically do you guys focus on? First of all, I know there's a lot with financials and credits and how to fund products. Walk me through a little bit about your business. What do people want to know when they get to the show? When they're going to want to see you there and ask you questions, what are some of the things you can help them with their product launch?
Tasha?
Well, one of the things I would say is actually helping them to see where they are with their finances, as far as if they're not able to get funding from other sources, to actually help them to be packaged so they can qualify for funding. This is another thing some people may not know about me, but I've been Damon John's credit specialist for over, I would say, the last 7 years or so. So I must be doing something right if someone like that would trust me with their finances.
Yeah,
So I
he
must
mentioned
know
that
what
to me.
I'm
That's what caught my attention. Absolutely. That was like an attention grabber when he told me that.
Yeah, and he endorses me, and I'm thankful and grateful for that. But he saw what I can do, and what we started realizing is a lot of business people needed those services, just to help to coach them, to consult with them, to show them, okay, well, you're doing this, well, you may need to do this instead. And then we were able to partner up with some other people to allow us to have these type of products so we can offer entrepreneurs.
Right. And you said a key word there, qualify. And when we talk to a lot of folks about launching products, I mean, licensing is a different path, right? Different process. Launching requires capital and it requires a lot of time. And we talk to folks, and when we start telling them how much it's going to cost to launch a product, they can't believe it. So I always say, like, friends and family, if you can get money from them, great. And everyone tells you it's a great product, have them write you a check. Then you start really finding out how great your product is or how much they want to be involved, right? So the qualifying is really critical.
Yes. And so that's what we do. We take time to help them understand, okay, this is where you are, this is where you need to be, and to help them to get to that point where someone will be willing to write a check or to invest in them. And some of these packages don't require any FICO score. I teach people to separate their business credit from their personal. Like, we shouldn't have all of these different things on our personal credit. A lot of times we'll wipe out our bank accounts or use up our own personal credit just to fund our business, and it shouldn't be that way at all.
Right. And a lot of, you look at a lot of these companies like Walmart, they want to see your credit ratings. They want to see your Duns and Bradstreet scores, right? So all of that, and some of that is tied into your personal. If you don't do it right, you really should keep it separate. I couldn't agree with you even more. The payment history, how you pay people, how they pay you, all that weighs in. And like Walmart will look at what's your overall rating. I think it's like 1 to 8, and they want it low. They want your risk factors low. So if you're above 5, they won't even deal with you. So to your point about qualifying, you have to be at least 4 and below. Then the lower you get, the easier it is to get in. You get more people listening to you, because now you're considered a valuable and a credible, worthy opponent that they can do business with. So walk us through some of the programs you have.
So one of the programs we do have is our business line of credit. And that's basically just so that I can let you know the guidelines of the qualifications. You have to be 6 months in business. You have to have over 60,000 annual gross sales and no minimum FICO score. So it also allows the business owner to have flexibility with different things that they may have to purchase for the business. So that's one of the packages that we offer. The other one is the unsecured working capital. So that's, you have to be in business for 3 months. Again, 60,000 in annual sales and no minimum FICO scores. Now we do have other packages that we'll be talking about a little bit more when we're in Vegas, like equipment financing and some other packages we do have available. But those are the two main, I believe, that we're actually pushing a little bit more for people. When
Yeah,
you want to
everybody falls
piggyback,
in line with the inventor community, really, right? So let's say I meet one of those criterias, then what's the next step for me? So I'm an inventor, I have a product, I don't have a lot of cash, but I'm going to need some capital.
okay. So the next step will be for you to do is to fill out the application. Make sure that, like you said, you met the guidelines, and then what we'll do is have your paperwork processed. And within, I would say about 48 hours, you'll have a decision whether or not you are approved or not.
Tasha, if I may, Chris, one of the things that's done as well, when it comes to the qualifying portion, they want to see that you have, they're more focused on your capital. I think Tasha mentioned that there's no minimum FICO score, but they're more focused on the capital that you have in the bank. If you have maintained that capital for at least 3 months or more, so let's say it's $6,000. If you've maintained that $6,000 and that revenue is constantly coming in for at least 3 months or more, then there's an excellent possibility that you would qualify with our brokers.
Got it. So they're looking for some stability, essentially.
Yes.
Yeah.
Versus the score.
Yeah, which makes sense.
Yes.
So what kind of inventor or what kind of people come to you for this type of service, right? I look at it from an inventor standpoint. There could be two types, right? There could be one that is just starting out and has got some sales going and it's slow, but now they're going to grow it a little bit more. They're going to need some more capital for marketing and for some other inventory. I mean, inventory is obviously always the caveat when you're launching business, is to have inventory turns high so you can move it quick. There's that group. Then there's another group which is already producing quite a bit of history of sales. They have some cash, but maybe now they want to grow into a bigger building and they're looking for a bigger amount of money to do that. And they can probably pay it back relatively quick, but to get to the next plateau, they know they're going to have to grow and expand. So what are you seeing for those type of clients right now? Are you seeing a mix of both or more of the inventor type?
No, actually, a mixture of both, because we're also helping businesses to expand. Like we have a client right now he owns about, I would say, about 30 properties or so. He's looking to put everything into his business name and not personal, because some of the properties he may have in his personal. And so what he's looking to do is to switch everything over and to look to buy bigger buildings, get bigger loans for commercial space. Some of you guys may need commercial space for some of your products and some of your services, and so we help both groups.
Okay, because Carmine, we have some people, right, that I think we can start pushing the way that they've started out, they're launching products, they put a lot of their personal money into it, and now they're at a point like, okay, I have a lot of my money, I need some more money to continue to grow it. So the revenue stream comes in more at a more steady rate, and I could really take it to the next level. I mean, we see that quite a bit, Carmine.
Yeah, there's no doubt. One of the things that I love about this is a lot of our clients and even vendors out there that we're not working with, their dream is to get a purchase order until they get that purchase order,
Right.
and they don't realize what that entails. And is that stuff that you guys work on? I mean, it seems like you're kind of like, they bolt you on. It's not just you're giving them money, you're kind of structuring, you're getting them ready, and not only what to do now, but in the middle, and then what to do moving forward. That's what kind of seems like what you guys are doing.
Yeah, but just to feed off that a little bit, what Carmine just said, the purchase order, because it's a dream. I just got a purchase order for Walmart for $1 million. Let's go celebrate. Oh no, wait. How am I going to fill that?
Right.
I need to build the inventory and have the cash flow to do that. How am I going to do that? That's the mindset that I think people get excited about it until they realize, how am I going to fund it until I get paid? And then, Walmart's not going to pay you for 120 days. So you're going to fund it and hope that everything goes smooth. And then you do get funded back and get paid in 120 days. So how do you guys do work with POs as well, right? Someone has a PO in hand, because a lot of banks will do that. They'll finance the purchase order.
So one of the things that we do is we help the business owner, the CEO, what have you, to understand the basics. Sometimes we need to go back to the basics, and we miss it sometimes when money starts coming in. when something like Walmart or a big company, like you said, you have a purchase order now. So now you're in the money, right? But we help them to keep their feet on the ground. That's where Tasha comes in, and I come in as well. When we deal with the person from the initial stage of their business, because we take them back, the initial stage of their business, the development phase, and then the continuation of the business, helping them to stay grounded. Because like you said, a lot of times we get excited and we forget, and then we find ourselves in a pickle, because 120 days is a long time to wait while your business is still sitting there. So we help to keep them grounded and to understand how it works, to understand what they can do. And that's where Tasha comes in when it comes to the financial literacy portion that we teach. Understanding how it works, what you need to do until then. Never putting all of your eggs in one basket, so to speak, which is an old cliche, but it's absolutely true.
Yeah, I've been in that role where we got a big purchase order from Walmart, and the person I was with was pretty excited, and they're like, "What's wrong? I mean, you don't seem so excited." I said, "No, I'm extremely excited. I'm just trying to figure out what bank account it's coming from."
Right.
Because I mean, you got to pay for the resin, you got to pay for the labor, you got to pay for the boxes,
yes,
the shipping, like, and then you're not going to see any of that back.
That's right.
So you're like literally floating your life savings, out there for 120 days and hope nothing goes wrong.
Yeah. I ran into an issue with one of my products is that I was working with Target and they put in an order and I was all excited. And then before I got paid, they put in another order.
Wow.
And then they want to put another one. But again, it's one of those things where, and you guys might run into this, I was successful besides myself. I thought I knew more than I did. And this was obviously a long time ago. I still don't know that much. But, sometimes you guys might run into people that they're successful, but it's just they haven't hit all the things they've done wrong yet or incorrectly. And you guys look back and go, oh, my God, this is going to take some time.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's interesting when like the purchase order, I mean, because everyone dreams about that, right? And then you look at, I mean, then there's two sides of it also, right? There's the purchase order side, which is the retail. Then there's our online sales. Online sales, you're typically going to produce and make the most profit, right? Because you're not paying a wholesale, you're not getting a wholesale price, or you're not having to deal with some things that you normally would. You get an order, you get cash right away, right? You're not waiting for cash; it's right in the spot, and then you have to turn out the inventory to deliver. So what are some of the things you would say, like to be prepared for our show next week? I'm gonna try to release this tomorrow, no later than Monday, so people can see it before they get to the show. Some things they should be prepared when they come see you. What should they have ready to show you?
I'm going to be honest with you. I don't know how many people are going to be there after the 18th, but we will be doing like a workshop as well to help people and be a little bit more hands-on with those individuals that are really truly serious, because we're talking about being able to qualify from $10,000 to $5 million. So I would say come with your A game, have your stuff prepared. If you're looking to do an application, we can take them and do them on the spot. We can help, and we more importantly to get to come if they are available to come out to get the information, and we can get you squared away right there and then right on the spot. So I would just say just come with everything, your ID, and then if you have any questions, we'll be able to have somebody to kind of direct them. They can always contact us and email us as well, or phone us, whatever they need to do. So we'll be right there to
Super
help
Zoo
them.
is sold out, right? They have a waiting list this year of I think it was like 150 companies, and then there was like another 40 or 50 emerging brands, so about 200 companies on a waiting list. So it's probably one of the biggest shows they've ever put on. They're going to even grow it into a bigger arena next year. Hardware, like when you start getting the hardware, that's growing. Like, and it's not just hardware anymore. They have lawn and garden there, and there's a lot of different products. Inspire. We had Shark Tank, we had Shark Tank casting there when we had our pitch panels last year. So this is really growing. And I think for us from the United Venture Association to have an opportunity to help people and have you as part of that group now to help people with qualifying and really getting prepared and understanding the next steps, I think it'll be another benefit that we can add to our group, and it could streamline a lot of new customers for you as well, a lot of new clients. And I heard that Scott is the money man. I don't know if that's true or not, I heard Scott's the man funding all of it.
And he's the pro golfer, the golfer.
Yeah, he's the
Oh my
sleeper.
How's everybody doing?
Good.
Great. Nah, well, it's I won't call it a lie. I would say that it's stretching the truth, but I'll take it. It sounds great, guys. I am actually not a golfer, but I'm so excited to be able to be alongside you, Chris, and Dr. Dennis, and of course you too. Is it Carmine? Am I saying that right?
Yes.
Yeah, I'm a little slow, but we're waiting on Carmine. I got that one right for you that time.
Yeah,
But,
we said worst case, if we can't all hit the good golf ball, we'll have a lot of fun. Worst case.
I'm excited because you guys are going to teach me how to be a pro by the time I get back to South Carolina. And,
Well, Carmine has a quick hand on the pencil and the eraser, so we're going to keep an eye on his scorecard. But, you know, generally speaking, this is what we do, right? We like to help inventors. This is all we do. We basically educate them from anywhere from trademarks to patents, right through the entire process, right? To launching products, tooling, marketing. We have like TikTok experts, social media marketing. We have people from HSN, QVC, All-Star Products, Shark Tank winners. So we have this big group that we can pull from based on the show and really educate the community. Then we give folks, inventors, a chance to pitch their product to these experts, people like Scrub Daddy, right? Aaron Krause. He's a personal friend, and he was at our show and Inspire to get immediate feedback and or get connections that maybe they couldn't get somewhere else from a buyer at Walmart. I think we had somebody from Shark Tank, peel away sheets. Cohen said to us, it basically took him 8 years to get the people and launch his business the right way. And we are basically bringing all those people to the show, to each show. So he said, like, you're taking what took me 8 years to gather and bringing it to a show. So now we can have another branch, right? Having you guys as part of it, really educating people on credits and credit scores and how to qualify for loans and how to really get prepared to fund. I mean, the most important thing you'll ever do in launching a product is funding it. Because we see this all day long. People they have their own personal money and they're putting it in the wrong spots, not in the right steps. So when they need to do something like marketing, they don't have the funds to do it. And I say, I mean, like, you could have the greatest product in the world. If nobody knows about it, it's never going to sell, right? You've got to drive traffic to the websites, to the retail stores. So certainly having you guys aboard, it will be great. Again, we're going to have, Tasha, I'm going to send this to you next. So the 17th, we've got all of you, including Stacy, on a panel at 10:30. It's called Securing Product Launching Funding. Securing Product Launch Funding. And this is where you can really explain this again to the audience that'll be there. And this is our first time doing this show at a stage. So I don't know what the audience is going to look like, but I've been to this show, and typically these stages get a lot of attention. And all of our other shows, it's always the busiest standing room only. So my guess is you'll get a lot of traction. And then hopefully from there, you can also bring them and invite them to your event on Saturday. So talk about that really quick, where it's going to be, what it's all about, just to solidify it. So when they get there, you can do a one-on-one personal with them.
Okay, so on Saturday, we're going to be launching our workshop where we're going to have like a lunch and we'll actually learn and dine. We're going to have a dinner workshop where we'll be going over the different packages. We'll be talking about business funding. Scott McCam is a tax guru for business and personal. So he's going to be sharing tax strategies.
Tax man. Everybody needs a good tax man.
That's right.
Yeah. He is the guru. So he's going to be dropping things about taxes and helping people with that. We got Dr. Dennis that's going to be talking about business conscious, and you can talk a little bit more about what you're going to be talking about, Dr. Dennis.
So the conscious business ethics, as I talked about before, the inner workings of the business, how we can, maintain that social responsibility, social and self-awareness. I'll be dealing with as well the bylaws and articles of organization and incorporation, the differences between those, what they actually mean for your business in layman terms, so you'll understand exactly what you're putting together. We can actually go over those as well if the people have any questions. And then we're also going to do a visualization or meditation portion of it to really connect the people with their business. As you all know, Carmine and Chris, you all know it's very important to be able to see what you already have before it's tangible. And so I'll be teaching how to actually do that. Again, as I stated earlier, so you can become the business, not just have it.
Yeah, perfect.
Wow.
No, I think it'll be good. I'm looking forward to it. Obviously, after this show, we're going to do a bunch more starting in the first quarter next year. We'll have you involved in those as well. I think you'll see there's a lot of traction we get. We have the United Event Association has over 100,000 members now, and it's growing at a rapid rate. Our social media panels are growing, and our network is growing. We're going to actually take this to the universities next year as well. So that would be another good avenue. So we're looking forward to it. We're looking forward to next week. I think it's going to be a lot of fun. Really, it was a pleasure meeting all of you today online, when it's going to be even more fun on the golf course, Scott. So
yeah,
get those obliques ready.
I'll give you some good tax advice, Chris. While we're out there.
Just as he's hitting the ball, you'll give him some good advice.
I told you he was the money man. I just knew it.
All right, very good.
Appreciate it, guys.
Thank you.
All
I
right,
really appreciate it. So we'll see everybody next week, and
Yeah.
we're gonna have a lot of fun along the way.
Awesome, man. Well,
All
I
right.
appreciate it.
Thanks for having
All right.
us.
Yeah,
Thank
we
you so
appreciate
much.
all you guys. I love what you guys are doing, covering all the bases. And, a lot of people don't realize that success is, probably 80% mental. There's a lot of money out there to be had, but if you're not in the right mindset,
That's right.
it's not going to come to you. So I think that you guys are doing a great job covering all that stuff, all those processes, all those sequences. Really good. So all you listeners out there, if you're in the sound of our voice, please go on out to listen to our podcast. Make sure you subscribe and send in some questions. Let us know how we're doing. And we'll catch you next time on the Shark Tank Effect. You all take care.